Welcome to Behind the Pint. In this podcast, we raise our glasses to resilience. I'm your host, Spicy, and together we're going to explore stories of triumph, healing, and the strength found in all that vulnerability stuff that comes with life, I found that sometimes the most inspiring tales are brewed from our darkest moments. Anyway, today I'd like to welcome a very special guest of mine. We've known each other through the gaming circles, and once we got to talking, I realized, you know what? It seems like there's a lot more to this onion than meets the eye. So I'd like to get him on the show. I finally made it happen. Eastwood, welcome to the show, brother.
What's up, man?
How
Cheers on
you
the
doing,
Rona.
man?
How you doing?
Hey, cheers, salud. I am not drinking anything special today. I couldn't have made it to the brewery, but I am drinking from my Porta Pints mug, the brewery that I do work at. Love their beers.
It looks like your
Um,
cup's upside down, is it?
no,
Oh wow, that's
just,
that's just
so we
a fuck on the eye. That's
at
crazy.
our bar we have what's called a mug club. So for I think it's $100 or something like that a year. Every time, holy crap! That just hurt my mouth.
Every time of year, what?
Get over that. Every time you go in, you get one of the mugs instead of a pint. I think it holds 20 ounces instead of 16. Anyway, this is my
That's
mug
cool.
club mug. So, man, welcome to the show. I know it's been a long time coming. You and I haven't spent a lot of time together recently. I've been kind of out of the video game loop for a while. I've been working a lot on Fat and Spicy in this, but how have you been, man?
I've been good, just working my ass off. Just got back from Oregon. I bought a motorcycle out there. It's pretty sweet. Rode it
Where
back
at?
down Eugene. Rode it through
Oh, yeah.
California. Took Nevada and went back home to Arizona.
You stop in Grants Pass on the way through?
Uh-uh.
No?
Mm-mm.
Oh.
Grants is in Cali, right?
No, it's in Oregon.
Okay.
It's like the last stop before you head down 199 into Cali.
I might have. It was a bunch of woods, a bunch of forest. It was super beautiful, bro. It smelled like foliage. It just smelled like
That's where I live.
nature. Yeah, it just smelled like nature, man.
I'm about an hour from there. I live right on the Oregon-California border here on the beach, dude. And it's just
Oh
nothing but
wow.
woods, beach. I mean, this is where they filmed Return of the Jedi.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that Endor scene with all the woods and fern. I live in the redwoods. It's really nice out here, dude. It's one of the
Wow.
best places in the world.
Let's do
So
some
yeah, you
pod
weren't too
racing.
far from me.
Mm-mm.
No shit, right? So we got to talking one day in our game that we play, Red M, or I'm sorry, not Red M, 5M. And then we weren't really friends, but we've always had pleasant interactions. So I thought it'd be kind of cool to get to know you. I think you've been on the Fat and Spicy show once, haven't you?
Once or
Once or
twice, yeah.
twice?
Yeah.
Yeah. And we talked about making this happen, and it's been hell with schedules and whatnot. But here you are, man. So let's peel back the layers of that onion I was talking about on Eastwood. Let's
Mm-hmm.
get to it. So tell me about it. Where were you born?
Mesa, Arizona. I'm Mesa made, baby.
Right on. Right on.
Mm-hmm.
Mom and dad, they still with us?
My dad likes to stay in prison. Mom's with us, yeah. So
Okay. Did you grow up with your dad in prison?
yeah, I did.
You still contact, like, do you know him well? Have you always kept that connection?
When he got out, I was about like 16, so well set in my ways of this is what I want to do with my life, and it was kind of weird having him come into the house and just say, "Hey, like I'm your dad. This is how we're gonna run shit." Blah blah blah. But like I'm already halfway out the door. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
um, it was just a weird mesh there. Yeah.
Well, let's talk about the 16-year-old you here in a little bit. I want to start a little bit earlier and talk
Yeah.
about like so you grew up in Arizona,
Mhm.
lived there your whole life for the most part then?
Yep. Yep.
How was school for you? Did you go to any kind of cool schools?
School was fucking all over the place. I went to this one school where we had uniform, red, white, and blue. We had to walk with our hands folded, straight weird school, bro. It was just weird.
Was it religious school?
No, but they did have a religious section upstairs where
Okay.
People like only like a select few did go and participate. I do remember that.
I went to a 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. I went to a school called St. John Fisher in Portland, Oregon, and that was the uniform: blue corduroy pants, white shirt, red sweater with the
Oh
school
hell.
emblem on it.
Oh hell.
I can't look at a pair of corduroys the same ever again. But
Mm-mm.
then you wonder where us Italian boys get our love of the Catholic schoolgirl outfits and stuff. I mean, there are some perks, I guess, as a young man to go into those schools. I don't know. But we did have nuns, and that was
Mhm.
tough. I still have a scar on my hand from where I got whacked with a
They
ruler.
they really did that shit.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, crazy.
The school I went to before that, they fourth and fifth grade, they had a corporal punishment system where the principal could smack you with a paddle 3 or 4 times.
No, that's
Parents
crazy.
had to sign a thing, but that was these private schools. You had to pay to get in. So
Hmm.
it's not state run, you know what I mean? They can choose their own fucking curriculum.
Wow.
So
Wow.
growing up, going through school, any troubles as a kid? Were you a good kid? Did you stay out of trouble?
Um,
Did you do your homework?
didn't do my homework. I learned very quickly like school wasn't really for me, and I was more hands on like with life. Um, so I kind of just dicked around in class and school. My favorite subject was PE and recess or whatever the fuck you want to call it. But
Sure.
nah, I want to say up until like sixth, seventh grade is when I started like actually like wanting to start doing something with my life. So kind of
So
was
what
just
was it?
picking and choosing.
What was it in seventh grade or sixth, seventh grade that got your focus, and what was that focus?
I'm gonna be honest with you. In seventh grade, I wanted to be a stripper. I wanted to be a male stripper. And then
Good money, dude.
yeah, I mean, I was definitely fit at the time. Um, yeah, dude. I
In
wanted to do
seventh
that.
grade, you had that thought?
Yeah, it's we was out there, man. So I kind of like changed my ways of thinking after like eighth grade and kind of just wanted to do something hands on, whether it be mechanics, engineering, whatever the fuck. I eventually did maintenance and I loved it, and that's just where I am.
Were you naturally inclined to mechanical things?
Oh, I was
Like,
taking shit apart as a kid, bro. Just never putting it back
really?
together. Yeah, just never putting it back together. I was just taking shit apart, seeing how it worked, and going on with my day.
You ever get in trouble for taking apart anything important?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He's like, mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Didn't
Give
give
me
a
a
fuck
good,
to
give me.
remember. Shit. All right, let me see. Damn, I can't even think of anything off the top of my head.
I
Like I
said
was gonna
there's too
say,
many.
yeah, no, like I was gonna say, like I really didn't give a fuck to like retain the punishment, but like I was just off tearing shit apart. Definitely fucking with my BMX bikes as a kid. Swapping frames, bars, everything.
Really?
Yeah.
Like tricking out bikes at that age.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus. So you kind of knew where your life could be headed through just hard work and dedication and knowing what your trade that you wanted. You knew it was going to be hands-on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
You knew it wasn't going to be sitting behind a desk somewhere.
I knew very quickly that I was the man of the house because that's what the conversation was with my dad. Like, I'm not around, so you're gonna have to be the man of the house, blah blah blah. So like I took that literal, like, you know, he's not around to work, so I'm gonna have to step up eventually, start busting my ass and like do something that, is gonna have to help out. So I
How
learned
old were
very
you when he
quickly.
went away?
I don't know. I was pretty young. I was pretty young. So most of my life he
Baby?
was in prison. Yeah, most of my life he was in prison.
Okay. Um, can you share what it was for or what it was related to?
Just taking the rap for his cousins, just that whole gang mentality of like ride or die for your homies, this,
Oh,
that, and the third,
yeah.
whatever, whatever, whatever. So
I got you. I got you. You
yeah,
don't even have to get into all
yeah,
that.
you know how it is.
I do. I do.
Mm-hmm.
Growing up in my family, a rat's the worst thing you can be. You don't talk, no matter
Right.
what.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Keep your mouth shut, family before all, right?
Mm-hmm.
I get it. Um,
But we weren't
so
the family he chose, so it is what it is.
I understand that. I get
Mm-hmm.
that. How was that on your mom?
Stressful, bro. I watched her fucking lose it a lot as a kid. Couple of strokes just induced by stress.
Ooh,
Back and forth visiting him from Yuma County to all over the county, wherever prison he bounced around in. I guess that's why I kind of found my love for the road because every weekend we would be seeing him. Every day we would have to go get on the road and go see him. But I didn't like the process to see him and be there. Um, you know what I'm saying? But I definitely like seeing the road I definitely like seeing the road at a young age. So
You like the journey, not the destination.
yeah, yeah,
I dig it.
yeah.
So it sounds like your mom stayed in pretty good contact with your dad over the years, and you got to at least know who he was. It wasn't like he was a stranger all the way,
Oh
right? Like
yeah, no.
so
He
he watched you grow up and all of
yeah,
that.
yeah,
Well, that's cool. That's cool. That's so many guys that go away and then they just never, they see him once a year or some shit.
yep. Hmm.
I get it. Um, my grandma, I had a cousin, or I'm sorry, an uncle who was away, and grandma would go see him every chance she got. It was almost like you said, sometimes twice a week if she could,
Hmm.
and
Holidays and everything, never missing.
everything.
Yep.
And it wasn't until my dad said something, and I never realized it. He goes, "Yeah, grandma's locked up with your cousin, with your uncle. Well, she's doing time with him too because she's always fucking
Well,
there." You know what I mean? They don't realize it's just as hard on the families as it is on the person who goes
no,
away.
it really is because we have to be subject to the pat downs, the almost everything that they have to go through, but we somewhat have our rights.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
I don't know, it's weird.
So, was there ever no other father figures in your life while your dad was gone? It was just always you and your mom
My grandma, yeah, that was it.
or your grandma.
Yeah, my grandma's around. Yeah,
That's cool.
yeah.
You got to love
The
Abuelita, right?
yeah, no, the old man that you saw me with in one of the pictures, that's her dad. So that's my great grandpa.
Let's
So
see if we have that. Yusuf,
you
pull
see
that
poop.
one up for
You
us.
see poop.
He's got it in there. He fell back asleep. We woke him up.
Yep, that's the
There he
Mad Max
is.
kid right there in the
No
flesh.
kidding.
Yeah.
Look at you.
Yeah, that's me and my grandpa.
So tell
Yep.
me about this guy. He looks like a good dude.
Shit. I mean, as you can see, like, dude's older than dirt. I was about like 10, 11 once like I actually, got to actually start seeing him and like have conscious memories of him.
Hmm.
Um, I wouldn't say 13. When I was 13, he passed away. Just old age, just
Hmm.
hard worker. Just he built that house that he's got right there.
Oh,
Beautiful. Yeah.
nice, man.
Mhm.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So what's with the outfit?
We were just taking pictures, and he actually had a band when he was younger, and I think that was um, not what he wore, but like that was when he was a kid. He wore that too. So,
I was gonna say if he wore that in a band, he must have went through a growth spurt in his
oh
40s.
yeah, no, he was definitely short. He's definitely short. So,
Right on, right on. So he was another guy that worked with his hands too, huh?
hmm. Hmm.
So what about your mom? What'd she do to support you kids? Because I know it was
Medical
you and you
field.
said you're with sisters, right?
Yeah, so I have 5 sisters total. I'm the
Oh,
only boy. Yeah, I didn't send that one in because I knew that was probably going to be like a whole explanation. But fuck it.
it's
I
okay.
have 5 sisters. Three baby moms is what my dad had, and that's the only person we have in common is our father.
Okay.
Um,
Are you guys close though?
I would say
The
so.
siblings?
Yes, I'm not gonna lie. I pistol whipped one of them on accident. That's a different story for another time.
Or this time? This is what we talk about. This is what this show's all about.
Yeah. So those two right
Come on, you
there,
can't tease that one.
they're in Tennessee. That's Kaylani and Kaylana.
Okay.
I'm gonna be real. I don't know who's who.
That's
Um,
cool.
I I always tell one or the other, hey, tell your sister I said happy birthday, and I go to the other one, hey, tell your sister I said happy birthday. We're twin,
That's
or they're
cool.
twin. They're twins, so they'll get it.
I
Um,
I like that.
so yeah, dude. I mean, if you look closely, there's a motorcycle that we're sitting on. So I guess that was very young for us to, you know, kind of like have an imprint on. We were always on the
So
move.
you just knew the road was gonna be your life.
Something like that. And here's the kicker, bro. I did not want to be a part of a motorcycle gang, is what I'm gonna fucking air code it on. That's what I called it over time. When my dad got out
Why
of
not?
prison, that was, I'll tell you right now, that was when my dad got out of prison. That was like our only way of bonding. He was a part of another club, and I was like, fuck it, I'll go out to a clubhouse, whatever. I loved it. I was fucking culture shock, dude. Loved it. And then I started hanging around. I was like, well, fuck it. Let me get a car or something. I couldn't find a Oldsmobile that was worth the fuck. So I was like, fuck it, let me find a bike. He went out and pulled a fucking loaner that everybody in the neighborhood rode. So I ended up riding that for a while and said, fuck it, let me join a motorcycle club. and that was
And
that.
that's that, huh?
Yeah.
All
So
right. So let's rewind just a little bit. And what you
mhm.
can and can't share with me, I get it, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I'll be cool. I understand.
Hmm.
But you mentioned the clubhouse first
Yeah.
and foremost. When I close my eyes and I see a clubhouse, it's like out of a movie, right? Like a little building with like a little bar somewhere, kind of
Mhm.
dirty, with the
See a
flags on the
couple of
walls.
hussies running around naked, you know.
Right, right. Is that
No,
not right? What it
so
is it like
it
a fucking Howard
there's
Johnson? It's all set up plush with the waiters and shit.
there's a lot of clubhouses that have a lot of amenities, a lot of amenities. So you'll have some that
Such
have
as
just perfect parking, big open parking spaces, entertainment stations, which are poles that come from the ceiling down.
really?
Yeah, so there it's just a lot of stuff. I remember oh shit. So my ex girlfriend at the time, well, my girlfriend at the time, she was with us. We were out at a party. This was when I was a part of my first club. My president was like, "Hey, go stand over there by the pole, whatever, take some pictures." I was standing over by the stage with the girls while they were dancing, posing. I got yanked up on the stage and ass cheeks was just in my face, bro. I didn't know where I was at for a second, and yeah, it
Good
was
afternoon.
yeah, no, it was. I got up, adjusted myself, and went on with my day. Got me a drink, and it was fun. So like, there's a lot of stuff out there, man. Like I don't know.
So
It's
when you went, you started hanging out at the clubhouse. At what point did you realize that this was it? You wanted to be a prospect, you wanted to move up and become a member and all that.
so I wasn't really drawn to his club per se because like they were a bunch of just I could tell like a biker isn't supposed to wear Jordans. A biker's not supposed to be flashy or have all this like pretty boy stuff. So I was like,
Right.
okay, what other clubs are out there? Poked around, kind of got a feel. I was too young to join this club, Thug Riders. Today's heroes unifying generations. That's what Thug stands for them. I was sold a really good dream, loved it. I was there for about 5.5 years, 6 years. Like I said, I was too young to join, so they said just hang around, whatever, till you're 18. I became 18, and they said, you know what, dude, you're still young. Just say you're 25. If anybody asks, you're 25. All right, whatever. You had to be within your own, not maturity level, but like within your own, like you have your own consequences. You're able to make your own actions or do your own thing. That's what their bylaws were kind of about. So I understood
I
it.
get
Whatever.
that.
I,
Yeah.
I totally respect it, but I wanted it. So I was 25 for about like 6 years till somebody caught on. Till somebody
It's like,
caught
wait a
on.
minute.
Yeah.
But at
Um,
that point, you're already 20. You was
oh
blowing
yeah,
stuff into the carpet. Nobody cared.
yeah, I'm already a nomad sitting at the table with a couple of nationals and just big chilling.
What's that mean? You're a nomad.
Nomad. So nomad stands for no mailing address. And what those guys are is basically people that just wander, that find more love on the road and kind of want to be there for their nation. And if they're in California one day, hey, I'm gonna go check on the guys if they need help. I'll stay here for a couple of weeks or whatever, do some promotions, help clean the bar, help set up the bar, whatever the fuck. Um, I'll find
Okay.
my way. I'll find my way over to Nevada, find some work there, stay there for a month or two, help the guys hang out there for a little bit, just whatever, and then just go on wherever I find a place, and whenever a state decides to want to take me in, that's when that just
No
becomes a
kidding.
thing. Yeah, it just becomes a
How
thing.
many how many different places did you go around and help out like that?
Shit, it could just be anything from just popping in, showing support, just hanging out, just meeting those guys, just anything, just getting your name out there in a positive way. So
So
just
tell me,
all over.
because it's fascinating, right?
Hmm.
I was born a rich kid.
Hmm.
Okay. I had everything. I was sheltered. Like I said, I went to private schools. Uh, if I wanted to work at a radio station, my dad knew the guy that was going to get me in the door. I know fucking
Awesome.
6 program directors. What
That's
station do you want to
beautiful.
work at? So I don't understand, the like that life, but like moving
Hmm.
around and all that stuff. So forgive me if I'm ignorant to the world. I
Hmm.
feel like, I mean, guys like you were the guys that I always had eyes up for because you lived in the world. You were out there. I couldn't go out there. I wasn't allowed to go out there. Shit. I'm half jealous of you. But
Most of the MC culture stemmed from military. I'm not military. I do have family from military, so I guess that kind of,
is
you
it
know,
really?
yeah.
Yeah, I didn't
Most
know
of
that.
the clubs, like the original clubs that came back from Vietnam, they love that brotherhood. They love that camaraderie. They love that tight knit feeling of just being with your bros. And they said, "Fuck it, let's just make it a thing." You got booze fighters, Hell's Angels, Po Bob, just a whole bunch of crews that are oriented around military and that came from that life and just brought it home.
Was that the start of this Vietnam? The
A
post Vietnam era?
little bit, yeah, just around that area. I'm pretty sure
That's
there's stuff way back. Like my crew that I'm a part of, we started out as a street gang in New York. So like each different, and that this is what I also love about traveling too. Each different part of the world is different. It's going to be structured different. You're going to have roots differently. You know what I mean? So in New York, that's a common thing. You got street gangs that did go to MCs that became MCs. So it's all over the place, man. It really is.
so that gets to me to my next little bit of info because I just like I said, I don't know. But
Mhm.
of course in my watching movies and doing all the crap that I watch, you think of biker gangs, Hell's Angels, of course, and all the others, but you think
Mhm.
violence.
That's everybody's, drug
What
racketeering, all that.
is that just come with the territory?
No, so I know that there's some clubs that are strictly about you do not sell drugs, you do not commit crimes wearing our um, business attire or our uniform. You get what I'm saying? That's
Hmm.
like you going out in your chef's fit with your restaurant on the chest, going to another restaurant, just fucking it up completely. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You know what I'm saying? So it's stuff like that. There's people that do leave a bad taste for the community and will do their own thing, but it you can't control everybody. Everybody's their own man, and then when they're living this big Billy badass hard ass lifestyle, they think anything is possible and they're untouchable. You got to
Hmm.
remember, real life consequences do have consequences. So
Yes, sir. What about you? You ever get in trouble?
most thing that is reported to date and what you can find on me is traffic speeding tickets and all sorts of shit. So um yeah.
I got you. He said,
There's that.
"You look me up. That's all you'll find."
Yeah, that's all that that's all that
So
I'm
you've
really
ever been,
pinched on. Yeah, convicted of really. Um,
yeah.
I pull over for the cops because like chances are they'll let you off with a warning. If they do chase you or if they have to chase you, most likely they'll take your bike. I don't want that.
Ooh,
I don't want
no,
that.
no, no, no.
I don't want that. So
What do you ride?
I ride a Harley. I the bike that I just picked up was a 2007 Road King, and the bike before that was a 2007 Dyna. The bike before that
Yusuf,
was
Yusuf, do me a favor, buddy. If you're back there behind the bar, can you see if you can find a picture of a 2007 Road King for us?
pull the pictures up that I sent in the Discord. I fucking blasted
Oh,
my whole trip over on Savage. Yeah.
oh,
Um,
okay, yeah. I'd love to see it. So
it's
anyway,
just I've ridden a bunch of bikes. Um, I like to say I've ridden cruisers all the way up to your pappy's bike, everything. Yeah, because
no
I
kidding.
yeah I used to ride a road glide before I got hit. I don't know if you could see the scar or whatever, but
No, but we're gonna get to that here in a
yeah,
minute because I know
I
we
got
we have a lot to talk about there.
I got a gnarly scar somewhere on my chest, all the way down. Yeah, throat, everything.
So I noticed the tattoos. Are those club tattoos? Do they all go with
These
what's it
Mem-
say?
Memento Mori is remember death. That was when they pulled me out of the guy's window. I was hunched over in his passenger window like this when he hit
All
me.
right, so there. Oh shit, is that
That's
it?
one of them. No, that's not it. That's one of them. That's actually a Mayans bike. I can see that was from a show. Let me
Okay,
see.
still. Look at
Yeah.
like all these motorcycles. They're beautiful to look at. They fascinate me, but I don't have the balls to ever get on one.
Oh, dude, once you get on them, you'll feel where everything needs to be. Like it's almost natural and instinctual for us to be on bikes. As stupid as that sounds.
Really?
Yeah. There's
Right, what
my
do we
bike.
got here?
Okay, so to the left, that's my bike. To the right, that's my buddy's bike. We were out
Okay.
eating, and we just parked on the sidewalk, and you got Chandler Police right there.
I was gonna say perfect with the shot of Yusuf's truck behind you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
So, do you remember the first time you got on a bike?
Yeah, dude. The first time, that's it right there. That was
That's
when
your
I was
bike.
in. Yeah, that was when I was in Oregon, getting ready to leave, saddling up everything, making sure everything.
And
was
that's the one
good.
you bought just recently.
Just recently. Yeah, rode it all the way down. Yeah, there she is. I was like,
look at that.
yeah, beautiful, man.
That is something.
I
Again,
call her
not
a
all
Cadillac. I call her my
Fuck yeah,
Cadillac.
she's a Cadillac. Yeah, she's
Mhm.
a Cadillac. That thing's gorgeous as hell. That's a beautiful bike, dude.
Mhm.
Okay, so because I don't know what does something like this run?
See, I'm a little cheap bastard. I'll go through the marketplace. I'll go through the marketplace before dropping a loan at the dealership. That right there was 5,200. Pretty fair on
That's
that.
not bad.
No, and especially out in Oregon, well taken care of. Oh, let me tell you this story. Well taken care of. Never met this dude a day in my life. Something just told me like, switch it up. If you want a bagger, buy a Road King. You haven't had a Road King. You've driven a Street Glide, Electric Glide, Road Glide, all of them bitches. Road King isn't something that you've had before. And like I said, my name is King. It translates to king in English. So I got it, loved it. Messaged him, let him know that I was coming from Arizona. What would the deal be? And he said, you know what, bro? You can come crash out on my couch for a day or two. We can test drive the bike, ride it around. I got another one that we can just mob around the city with. And if you like it, you can go home on it. Fair enough. Love it. Like I said, never met him a day in my life, but he grew up on the biker stories and the biker lifestyle too. So it's just common courtesy if you're not a dickhead and you don't have to like flex nuts, be respectful, show love. We all go through the same shit. We've all been rained out. We've all had to fucking camp out on the bike. So he gets it. You know what I mean? So
it's something that
it's
I've always admired is when you pass a guy on a bike and you're on a bike, there's always just give this, give him just the, hey, how you doing? We're out here together. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. And I'll tell you the truth. One thing that pisses me off are the people that don't make room for bikes. Everybody complains about the motorcycles. These fucking guys on their bikes and shit. They're on a car transportation just like you, motherfucker. They got two, you got four wheels. What's the difference? Share the fucking road.
Mm-hmm. And I'm sorry, it's not going to bring me back to life. And my bad is not going to make this fucking, traffic any smoother. Just get out the way. Sometimes I'll even ride the emergency lane, bro, and just keep it pushing. If they're not going to let me through, I'll just keep it pushing my own self.
Yeah, I get it. So one thing that comes with the territory of being on a bike, of course, we're all going to lay it down once or twice, right?
Mm-hmm.
So at least what I heard. I say we, like I know what I'm talking about. Like I got a helmet sitting next to me. How many times? Do you remember your first time you set it down?
I ate shit, man, and it was a rookie mistake, and I had room.
First time,
bro. So this was the bike that I like I was saying, like my dad hooked it up with and had connections with and all that shit. So we called her Rhonda the Honda. Everybody rode on her. Everybody that like needed a bike.
Rhonda the Honda.
It was that bike. It was that fucking poor slut. Yeah. So I was like, fuck it, I'll buy her. And she's still sitting in my backyard. I'll buy her, whatever. And mind you, I never knew how to ride a bike, and I was teaching myself how to. So just practicing. Fuck it, took off. Second gear, smooth. I see some asshole coming to a stop sign and just wanted to roll through it. I had enough room to slow down and stop. Yeah. But my stupid ass just, you
panicked?
Panicked like a motherfucker. And like I said, it was my first time on a bike, teaching myself, and you know what I'm saying? So obviously you're gonna
hurt yourself with that.
I fucked up my foot, scratched up my knee, and oh yeah, no, the bike was good. I was able to kick the bitch back over and get it to going. But I walked over and hobbled over to the dude's house. I was like, hey, I'm still gonna buy the bike.
Limped over.
I hobbled over. I was like, hey, I'm still buy the bike. I fucked up my leg. I'm gonna get picked up right now. But hey,
you hadn't even bought the bike yet.
I was making payments on it.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So,
Oops.
I just, whatever. There's a movie called Biker Boys.
I haven't seen
Really good adaptation of like this kid wants to race. This just all he wants to do is just race his bikes and stuff. And his mom and dad told him the same thing. There's only two types of riders: one that's been down, and one that's going to go down. And so
I got to
it
see
just
Biker
happens.
Boys.
Yeah, it's really good, really good.
I've only seen one real biker movie in my life, and it was called Above the Law with Charlie Sheen.
Are you rat fucking my colors, bub? I've seen that movie.
You've seen it with oatmeal and the oh, we like
Mhm.
to play with guns. Yeah, fuck
Yep,
yeah, you crazy motherfucker,
yep.
dude. I don't think anybody aside from you that I know has ever seen that film.
You know that movie is supposed to be the time where an agent infiltrated the Hell's Angels.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like that was
that was that
like
movie.
it was
Yeah.
going on, and
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I know. So I like the Hawaiian shirts, and I smoke my cigarettes, and
Mm-hmm.
I drink a lot. So the only thing I'm missing is doing a lot of drugs and having that voice. Like the Hunter S. Thompson.
The scratchy
I
voice. Yeah.
guess Hunter S. Thompson went and rode with them for quite a while and wrote a book.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what made him famous was reading with the Hells Angels and seeing all the
Yep.
shit they actually did.
Yeah.
That
Yep.
was I read about a quarter of it, and then it wasn't that I lost interest. It was a good book, but I think there was some other. I read a lot growing up.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I remember there was one of my favorite film directors says if you go to somebody's house that you're dating, and if they don't have any books on their walls, oh fuck,
Really?
you gotta fuck smart people.
Yeah.
People who
Yeah.
read. So I've always been a reader. I was like, I don't want a chick to come to my house and not see books. And then, you start reading the shit. And so that was one of the books I read. And I always thought it was fascinating that the culture was like it was kind of like what you said. What I took from what he said was that for the most part, like the nefarious activities, should I say,
Mm-hmm.
that was all secondary to the one thing that held it all together, and that was love for your brothers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like ride or die came from your culture.
Mm-hmm.
I use ride or die all the time.
Yeah. No, it's definitely there because clubs aren't supposed to be built off of drug running, this and that, and all that cool stuff. Like I said, that just happens because people just either let it happen I mean, you can't stop the sky from being blue. You know, um, we started this MC life just by being rebels, being just outcasted just by society, and just wanted to do what we wanted to do, and that's what the Outlaws kind of like were about. Just whatever.
I dig it.
Yeah.
I do know that a lot of the MCs host like charity events. They do things for the community. They set
There
up,
you go.
like picnics, barbecues,
There you
get-togethers,
go.
things like that to bring community together.
Turkey drives, backpack drives, toy drives, everything
Yes.
you can think of, man. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, that's
like
that's
the
the
toy
that's the
drives.
thing.
We had a huge biker rally in Portland that was raising money for like the children's hospital, and that just fascinated the shit out of me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I thought your thing was like robbing store owners and doing bad things to you know people. I didn't realize that's not what it's about.
No,
You
that's
have
what
to
the
be part of
media.
the community.
Yeah, that's what the media only talks about because they're not really behind closed doors to really be involved like that. It takes a
Oh,
really special kind of person to see something you don't like and go on with your day. You don't have to say, "Hey, take that off. Come here." This, that, and the third. Like, bro, like, what the fuck? you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
like, I don't know.
I get you. I
Just
get
ride
you.
your bike,
If
live the life.
right, live and let ride.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what else can you say? So let's get to the meat of this whole conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Laying it down. Talk to me about the bad one.
Oh,
There's
the
always
bad
a
one.
bad
Okay,
one.
the bad
Yeah.
one is where I
So
almost
I
lost
start
my
from the
life.
beginning.
Yeah,
Yep.
the bad one is where
Start
I
from the
almost
very
lost my
beginning
life.
of that.
Woke up Friday the 13th, May 13th, 2022. I'm superstitious as fuck, so I'm already not fucking around, bro. I left my wallet home, only brought my phone, my keys, and my pistol. Took it to work. Woke up that day, said, you know what? I shouldn't even be going to work, or I don't want to go to work, but there's nothing wrong for me to say that and do that and stay home. So fuck it. I'll just make the best of it and get there. Everything was cool. Come lunchtime, I was about to leave my helmet on the desk inside, brought it in because it was hot, turned right back around and grabbed it. That was the second time that's happened to me. I turned right around and grabbed my helmet and just went off, got my smoothie, and then I woke up in the hospital. I do remember vividly it being hot and then it being cold and me trying to breathe. And I was drowning in the hot tub. And then my supervisor came and saved me. But that was just me going through just everything, just that whole near death experience.
So when you
So
say drowning in the hot tub and you're super bad, like that's what your
yeah,
brain manifested as its story for you at that moment.
yeah, no, because like I said, I just left work and I'm a maintenance technician. We were working on the pools. Yeah, what we were gonna do was drain the pool and replace the spotlights. So when I got hit, I went through the window and I started choking on my blood and like all this airway shit. So my brain
So the
instantly,
glass at your throat.
yeah, the glass. I don't know if I got a good visual of it, but it's all like this discoloration right here. And
Yeah, we can see that.
okay, yeah. So I went
Okay.
head first, lost my helmet in his car, sliced up my throat, sliced up my chest, fractured a rib, fractured my wrist, some other shit. Really bad traumatic brain injury, but anyway, my brain sent me back to work in the pool. I thought I was drowning. So
Interesting.
yeah, it's really weird how your body will go through something traumatic and your brain will do everything it can to not make it as traumatic. Um, like I
So
said,
wow.
yeah. So for some reason I got sent back to work and I was being pulled out of the water, but it was just me choking on my blood and shit. So they brought me in. I felt the temperature change. So I heard sirens and I was trying to take off and run. But once I heard them talking about medical shit and then, all right, we're going to have to take them in, I kind of figured like, okay, I'm going to the hospital. I'm not going to jail. I'm probably going to wake up cuffed. Good thing I didn't.
Were you doing something wrong?
No, I was just on my way back from lunch. But
So, but these are the thoughts you had just
I was,
running
I
through
was,
your
I,
whatever the fuck your brain said to you.
whatever was going on, I was living it in my subconscious. Um, So, like I said, they got me, took me into the hospital. Once I heard that they were talking about like medical shit, whatever, I told myself, all right, just lay back and go to sleep. If it's your time, it's your time. I woke back up with the fucking some shit in my throat, breathing for me. Woke up with my hands like restrained and
Let's go back.
shit.
Let's go back 1 second. When did you say that to yourself? When did you feel yourself get into the ambulance at all?
Yeah,
Do
remember when
you
I told you I
remember?
felt temperature changing? It was
Yeah.
hot. It was a hot day. So once they picked me up off the floor, I felt myself getting lifted up and then instant temperature change. So obviously I was put in an AC or I was in
Into an
something.
air conditioned car. Okay.
You know what I
So
mean?
real quick. Yeah, yeah. Real quick. What happened with the accident? Were you at fault? Was he at fault? Do you
He
even
was at
remember
fault.
how?
Yeah, he was at fault. It was just so much back and forth. Finally, we got the statements from witnesses and everything. So I was going straight and he was turning. The light was still green, but it turned yellow as I was in the intersection. Homie wasn't fucking with that, so he just fucking gunned it. And as we were going, we met, and I met his passenger window. So he was on the opposite side of me, turning left to go this
Right.
direction, and I was just trying to go straight. So
And you were just trying to go straight. Yeah. Okay, so you're in the ambulance. You feel the temperature change at that point. Are you kind of conscious again? You're kind of thinking this is what's going on. Do you remember seeing yourself in there? Were you visual at all,
it,
or
it
was it
was
all
it was like I remember seeing pictures of myself, and my face was so swollen, my eyes were swollen shut.
okay?
Um,
So there was no seeing anything.
there was no seeing anything. It was just my senses of just hearing and feeling. So I felt temperature change. I heard doctors talking to me. I was trying to sign language of who was my partner at the time because I apparently I sent a voice message from my helmet intercom to my ex fiance at the time. Yeah, sent her a whole paragraph. The beginning of the message was like, "I robbed a car accident." Blah 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 blah
You
blah.
robbed a
So
car accident.
yeah, no, that's what my voice spoke to her,
Oh,
and
I see.
like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
my shit kind of like came up as because like mind you, I got a broken jaw and I'm like choking on my blood. So
Yeah.
again, I'm still amazed on how I was able to send her this, because she looked at the message and she told me she didn't really think much of it and just put her phone back down and kept working. It wasn't until she got a call from my mom that, I'm on my way to the emergency room, being rushed, blah, blah, blah. She fucking kind of like made the connection. She was like, yo, I got to go, bounced out and just left work. Yeah, no. And I woke up thinking that she was on the back of my bike because 2 days prior, that was her birthday. And we were already out doing shit, and we got into a fight, blah, blah, blah.
So part of your brain still wanted to go back to somebody else on the bike with you then? Like you thought
it
was in the accident with you?
Yeah, like I said, it was so much shit going on that I thought she was on the bike with me. I totally forgot that I was even at work. I forgot that I even went to work that day.
Well, yeah.
Like I was saying, there was just so much shit going on that, like, when I woke up, I had so many questions of like, okay, well, where's she at? Okay, she's not here. Was she on the bike? Okay, cool. So next question is my bike okay? Mom was
That's
like,
the next one. Not am I gonna die? It's how's the bike?
No, straight up asked, like, is my bike okay? Because I'm kind of want to ride up out of here when I can leave. My mom was like, nah, dude, your front tire's not even attached to your bike. Yeah, so that fucked me up. I started crying, and yeah, dude, it was all bad.
So how long were you in the hospital? Well, first off, before that, what was the extent of your injuries?
My extent of my injuries was, like I said, the TBI, broken jaw,
TBI?
traumatic brain injury. There's a tooth that I got knocked out when I got hit. I like to blow smoke out of it sometimes. It's a little trick. So my jaw, my teeth, my head, my 2 vertebrae on my spine, sternum, fractured or dislocated or some
Fractured.
shit.
Okay.
Yeah. Fractured sternum, fractured rib. I got this weird fucking scar right here too.
Oh shit.
It's weird. Like, you'll see like this little piece of bone sticking out. It's cartilage or bone. I don't know. Fucking. I think that's pretty much it.
All right. So you're in the hospital. You woke up. You're asking questions. Your mom's there?
Yeah, she was there. My sister.
She was there when you kind of came to.
Yeah, my sister was in California and she fucking booked it down here, bro. She came to Arizona. She was like, fuck, was here the next morning. She wasn't fucking around. I woke up restrained. I had these weird boxing gloves on and my legs were tied to my bed because I was kicking the doctors. And my sister told me that while I was unconscious, I told the doctor to come here, and I grabbed him by his fucking collar and I pulled him in. I was completely drug induced, like not aware of my actions.
Right?
I was hallucinating. My sister looked up the drugs that they were giving me and they said, dude, he's hallucinating. He plays video games, and how do you know he's not fucking fighting a demon right now? That's what she said.
Good point, right?
And fucking one doctor came in, she was like, hey, do you remember me? Blah, 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 blah. She was cute. I was like, I don't know. Well, that was the doctor I tried headbutting, and I was like, well, my bad.
Oops.
I don't go to the doctors. I don't like the doctors. And my sister said, y'all lucky he was unconscious when you found him, or else he wouldn't be here right now. This is the only way.
You got no choice.
Yeah, this is the only way y'all are working on him, because you guys found him. You guys got to him.
Really?
Yeah.
So even in the induced state, your thought about the whole thing was, I'm going to kick this doctor's ass.
No, I wasn't even thinking about that. For some reason, I was just fighting them. I was thinking about.
You have no memory of this whatsoever. Like
they were telling this. This is what I woke up being told. I asked why this shit was on my hands, because, like I said, it was little boxing gloves,
little mittens,
restraints. I remember waking up and like peeling them off with my feet. Yeah, dude, like it was throwing them at the walls and the fuck. Yeah, I remember hearing a fucking nurse saying, "Oh, he's awake." Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Shit. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, how long were you in the hospital for?
I was in the hospital for about 13 to 16 days. Well, in ICU.
It's not too bad.
In the ICU for 13 to 16 days.
Okay.
And then like half of June, like half of June, so like a month and a half.
Okay, so a month and a half, so about 6 weeks total.
Mm-hmm.
Not the worst hospital stay I've ever heard of, but
Mm-hmm.
what
I
happens when
was,
you get out? You still get your
oh man,
job waiting for you?
mm, yes and no. Like they hold me around. They said if you come back in a certain time, you get to keep your hours. None of that shit happened. It was just a bunch of bullshit bluff, smoke up my ass. So I ended
Okay.
up leaving that job over time. So
Well, good.
yeah.
So we were talking about brotherhood with your biker boys.
Hmm.
Uh, were they a part of your recovery? Were they there for you when you were in the hospital? They show up and help you out
So we were in a transition period to where Arizona was just becoming a thing. So
in
most
your
of
club? Your
yeah, Arizona was just
Okay.
becoming a thing. Like they were big in Nevada and California, and the guys got word like, yo, he's not gonna like he was fighting for his life out there, blah blah blah. So it
So it
was
was,
like,
I'm sorry. You were really that bad? Like you were on the verge of death?
oh no, I was gonna die. Like there's people voting on me like being dead. Like there was definitely people like my fiance at the time. She told me that she walked in, she started a timer and waited that timer because her brother died in an accident and he didn't make it 10 minutes 15 minutes past the surgery. So
And what was it? Was it the extent of all of the injuries? Was there one injury in particular that they were worried about? Was like the brain injury? What was
so
it
it was
that
just
led
me
them to think you
going.
weren't going to make?
The description was the patient's head was severed from his body. Because like I said, like this was pretty fucking bad. um there was descriptions of me being headless. There was descriptions of like me already being dead and being code red or fucking whatever the fucking emergency
Yeah,
code is.
coded at the scene.
Yeah, like they were,
Jesus.
they were,
Okay.
yeah,
Well, how long was it until you regained consciousness from the accident? Do you remember, like, until you like fully woke up and
three
were like, "What the
days,
fuck's going
three
on?"
3 days. I woke up fighting and screaming.
Oh, you were out for 3 whole days.
I was drug induced.
Oh, okay. All
hmm
right. Jesus
That,
Christ.
and that's why I wasn't like, I'm sorry for the nurse that I headbutted, and I'm sorry for the motherfucker that I grabbed by the throat. I was not in my
Did you
right mind.
apologize? You send them some flowers and shit?
No, 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 no. I didn't send them all that. They didn't get that treatment. No.
It saved your life, man.
No, they got an apology. Every time I had an emergency and I was hitting that button, they would just sit there and let that shit ring, bro. Like, yeah, there was times where I needed
Really?
my there was times where I needed my bandage changed, where I needed that little fucking, because they gave me this little sucker to like suck the blood and saliva up out of me because like my lip was so swollen and like I was still trying to relearn how to swallow myself because I took pretty good damage to my throat.
Yeah.
Uh, oh, Nurse Bailey. Oh my god, she had, man, Nurse Bailey. I told her she
I
could
saw the
shove that.
hearts.
Yeah, she could shove
I,
that camera down my throat anytime, is what I said.
I literally saw hearts in your eyes when you
Yeah,
said her name, dude.
yeah, Nurse Bailey. I remember her.
So let's talk about the road to recovery. How bad was it when you got out of the hospital?
It was fucking rough. I had to sleep in a recliner for a good month, 2 months.
How were the
Sit.
legs? Were you in a wheelchair?
No, I was
No.
I was fine. I was kicking nurses. My legs was fine, bro. I was good. But it was just anything past my torso up. Like I was just really like I needed an extra hand. Like I couldn't sit up on my own. Um, and it was just rough, man.
You were talking about learning how to use your jaw again.
Yeah, I was trying to learn how to eat
So
croutons again.
did you break any like all up in here?
Oh
Or?
yeah, no, like I had to get my jaw wired shut and everything. Like I don't know if you're religious or anything,
No, I'm
but
not.
okay, so I do believe
But
that religion does play a good part in spirituality and whatever you yourself is connected to spiritually, that's just how
mhm.
you are, you know. I was in the middle of a prayer and I coughed. My wires busted, everything kind of just separated in my jaw. I was able to open my mouth again, but none of it hurt. None of it hurt. And I was like, yo,
Really?
look, I'm able to stick my tongue out. And I was like, and my lady was like, no, no, don't do that. Let me go get the nurse, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, no, it
Oh,
was
was this in
bad.
the hospital?
This was in the hospital. Yeah, I was praying and
Hmm.
then I coughed and whatever paste that they used to keep my jaw together and then wired shut. Like I said, I
Yeah.
coughed and that separated. And
You're like a Forrest Gump moment when he's running, all the shit comes off of his legs.
yeah, dude, I was mid prayer too. I was like, fuck, dude, like
Dude, you
this
might
shit's
want to
something.
try it. Maybe Maybe you're a super chewer now. Like, you know how he's super fast? Like Forrest
Yeah,
Gump
no,
was super
I
fast after
I
that shit
chew
broke
I
loose.
chew on plastic caps to like kind of like make sure my strength is there and kind of like I'm teething and stuff. But yeah,
So to this day, do you have any leftovers from that accident? Anything that still bothers you, or
yeah,
I don't mean mentally, but I mean physically. Like, still have
oh,
pain?
physically
Mhm.
pain, yes. Like sometimes my arm will twitch up here, like up in my collarbone area. But other than that, just I'm good. Smoke a little weed
You're
to
good
keep it
now.
straight. Yeah, my back hurts a
Good.
little bit, but whatever.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. What about mentally?
I'm fucked, bro. I am fucked. Oh,
You still ride?
I ride like a motherfucker.
This guy. He
I
just
ride,
told us, guys, that he just told
I
the
ride like a
audience that he
motherfucker.
almost died. And he's like, I'm gonna hop right back on that thing.
A couple summers before this accident, I hit an elk going to New Mexico trying to meet up with some
Ooh.
nomads. Yeah, I got back home. They picked me up. They took me home. I had a bike in the backyard. I pushed it out, hopped my leg over. I just helped my
As
leg
soon
go
as I
get
got you
over it.
home.
Yeah, as soon as I got home, I got cleaned up because they were gonna take me to a clubhouse to get like my wounds treated and shit. So yeah,
Is there a doctor on staff at these clubhouses?
there's medical professionals that we
That's cool.
yeah that we have
That's cool.
obviously professions that they do. So
So what about when you're writing? Do you ever get these weird flashbacks to it or anything like that? Like does a panic set in when you get on a bike anymore? Or is that all gone
no,
by now?
I wouldn't say it even set in after I got like was able to get my shit together, but I want to say there is definitely heightened senses. Like there's corners and stuff that like I will pay attention to, like as I'm coming out of like a say just an end of a like a cul-de-sac or a dead end or whatever, and people like to blow through the fucking stop
Yeah.
signs because they know this neighborhood. Well,
Yeah.
I'll slowly creep up as soon as I see, left and right's clear going through, left and right's clear going through. So
Man, you got me wondering now because I live in a pretty quiet neighborhood and we're all old retired people for the most part.
mhm.
We have a big prison here. So a lot of them are retired prison guards up and down my street. And yeah, we all just kind of do our thing. Like there's two stop signs on this long road. And none of us really, I mean, we pay attention to it. We stop, but we
Mhm.
don't stop. You know
Yeah,
what I
right.
mean?
Yeah, no,
I'm gonna fucking stop from now on, man. You got me
yeah, no,
scared.
just pay attention, man. Just that's the best thing that we appreciate as a biker because like we're watching you in your car. I've
I
seen
believe it.
people, I've seen people drive like this
It's,
on their phones, just like all
yeah.
sorts of stupid shit, dude. Like it's not
So,
safe.
so you said you're all fucked up mentally because of the accident. What, what, what are you dealing with trauma wise?
Trauma wise, I'm dealing with my anger. I'm dealing with um a lot of anxiety when it comes to certain things. Like for example, I don't fucking know why she did it. My property manager, she picked up my keys and then took them to the front office and said, "Hey, somebody lost them." I don't know how somebody could have lost them when they were sitting right next to my cut and my lighter. It's just a fucking issue for me. I started fucking freaking out, like, yo, somebody came in here, took my shit. My anxiety's up the wall. Like at that point, like once it starts going, I don't know, dude. It's
Did
just
you do
little
the
shit.
therapy thing at all?
I did therapy for a little bit, but like I kind of figured that like my therapy kind of resides in me being in the situation and actually like getting out there to get over my issues. Kind of just like any other therapist would recommend, like you just need to
Yeah.
get back out there, face your fears, blah 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 blah, blah.
Yeah,
Whatever
yeah,
they're
yeah.
fucking paid to say. Um, I'm just gonna fucking do it myself.
Right on, man.
Yeah,
And now you spend your days, you're working.
I work my ass off. I do my club
What do you do?
life. I'm a maintenance technician still.
Oh, good.
I want to make
Still
this a
working on,
career. Say
yeah.
so what? Still
Still
working on
working
what?
on bikes and all that. Yeah.
Every now and then, just digging around. Like after this, I'm gonna change my oil and just make sure everything's straight. But yeah, dude, like I kind of figured like this is a good enough job that's not gonna get replaced by robots.
Yeah.
So I mean, hey, fuck it. I like working with my hands. It's something that I like to do. I like helping other people out.
Does it
You
help
know,
channel your energy away from the anger?
little bit because
Yeah, man.
I get to be in the face of other people and like people that I have to be professional in front of, and You know, sometimes like I get to meet like really cool residents, bro. Like there's always that one burnout resident like, hey, come smoke with me. Come smoke.
Yeah. That's gonna be me when I'm in an old folks. I'm like, hey, you got any grass on you? Come on in.
Yeah, dude. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I love my residents. I always
That's
tell
cool, dude.
everybody, like, you work here, they live here. So make sure you fucking make sure they're good, dude. They'll leave you
Attaboy.
alone. Mm-hmm.
I love it, man. Well, listen, dude, I thank you for telling us your story. Been wanting to get to know you personally for a while. I know that on the Fat and Spicy show, you showed us your cut, what you got on the chair behind you. Can you
Yes,
show
sir.
that to the audience real quick? Can we see that?
Let me see.
Give us a peek. Oh, look at that. That's good shit.
Yes, sir. Hold on, let me throw my hat on.
Oh, let's see it. Oh, he's got it up.
Yeah.
Look at you guys. And he's God, stop doing that. You're killing me. I'm the
With
bartender. I have a bottle opener over here,
with a
man.
broken jaw.
With a broken. Last question for you. I noticed, and I'm
What's up?
sorry because you just put the hat on, but I noticed you had a tattoo on your head. It looked like shattered glass almost.
Yeah, that's me going through the window.
Was
Just because I got
that
hit
was
by the
from the
car.
act? That was from
Yeah.
the glass, huh?
Yeah, that's from the accident.
Yeah,
I went
I
head
was.
first. Head first.
Yeah, I figured. Um, last but not least, before we wrap things up, I always like to ask, any advice you'd give for people out there that have gone through what you're going through or gone through what you've been through, especially with the post anger issues? I mean, that seems to be something that a lot of people don't know how to handle.
Make sure you are surrounded by people that love you and not just say that they love you, that are actually like watching your growth, that are watching you, that are patient with you, that understand your little fucking mood swings, whatever. Like they like, because chances are you don't really mean half the shit that you're like fucking upset about. You know what I mean? Um, if you're like saying shit out of anger, that's a different story. But like
Right.
if you're just getting hyped up, just have people that are around you that can calm you down and that are supportive for you, because that's really the most thing that we need, is especially when we're down, especially when you got everything taken from you at just split second. Just make sure you're good and you got a good community around you and support.
I love it, man.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about, right? Community and
Mhm.
support. Just finding the people that you mesh with.
And that self motivation, because you got to do it for yourself too. It starts with you. It starts with
That's
you.
true. And it starts with you, man.
Yeah.
You you
Every
you you spent some time. You got here on the show. Um, last words. Where can people find your social media?
fucking Kick. I'm gonna start streaming. I think I might stream tonight on some Sea of Thieves. So Kick, JFK's Brass Pimple.
Whoa, what?
Yeah, JFK's Brass Pimple.
All right.
Um,
So if people want to find you on Kick, they look up JFK's Brass Pimple.
yeah, JFKS plural Brass Pimple.
Uh huh.
Um,
Okay.
my Instagram. Let me see what my Instagram name is.
I just
Mr.
like
Mad
JFK.
Mexican.
Mr.
Yeah.
Mad Mexican. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Twitch. I don't really go on Twitch, but that's JFK's Brain Butter. Yeah, there's Brass Pimple and Brain Butter.
Okay.
Um,
I dig it.
yeah, those are like the
Again.
three main things that I got going on for me.
All right. Well, guys, if you're out there, check it out. Eastwood streamed, or he plays a lot of GTA role play. He's great at it. That's how I
Mhm.
met him. We became not the best of friends. We didn't really spend a lot of time together, but we've never had any negative interactions.
I love
I always enjoy
Santangelo.
you. Right? It's a character I love to play. Um,
Did you know it was me
again,
when I walked up on you? I was like, "Say bro" or "Say cool" one
yeah,
more time. Yeah. Okay.
yeah,
Cool.
yeah. That
Cool.
one I knew.
Okay.
There's only been a few times where somebody's really surprised me. I had to really think about it. Yusuf was one. He
Mm-hmm.
walked up on me one day as a whatever gang, I think Bala,
A baller. Yeah.
and he started giving me some shit. But then the way he said detective, he had just an ounce of,
Just a
just a
little
half
bit.
ounce of accent in detective. I'm
Yeah.
like, it's fucking Yusuf.
Just the way
I knew
their
it.
speech patterns work, you can hear it.
I'm telling you. But I love every second of it. Dude, thank you again for doing this. I know it's not always easy to tell those
Cheers.
stories. And that means a lot to me. Cheers to you too, brother.
Cheers, sir.
And that, my friends, is the last sip from behind the pint. Thank you for joining us today. Keep your spirits high and your pints full. And until next time, the bar is closed.